the 21s. I don't know what that means, but shout out to him for doing that, man. Need to see that correlate in the full game. What is something Mudrik's never done. Transfer news. Let's see exactly what's being said. Let me just close some tabs. Close that. Close that. Slap that over there. Slap that there. Slap that there. Slap that there. Let's see what. Sorry, people. Let's just make sure we're not missing anything. Let's see what Google is saying. Is there anything new? Lie to me. Say Jude Bellingham has said, forget everyone. He wants Arsenal. I mean, yeah, Tavares was absolutely shoddy against PSG, but that's Tavares, though, man. Stop talking to me about him scoring goals and all these things. Move that over there. Move that over there. Move that over there. Let's go, people. Smash the like button. Let's get into it. Do you reckon if we win the league, we'll lose a few players to Real Madrid in the window? Who, though? Our players are going to be wanted by the best teams in the world, as they are with Saka, Martinelli, etc. Let's not start with that, actually. Let's start properly. Allegedly, Thomas Partey is still a doubt to start Arsenal's crucial Premier League clash with Everton on Wednesday, with Gunners boss Mikel Arteta admitting the 29-year-old needs to get the rhythm after returning from a thigh injury against Leicester. I mean, it was crazy seeing him run down the right wing, didn't it? It was crazy. Specifically, Arteta has said he hasn't trained much. He's only had a session. He will train today. So it is what it is. He was out for a few weeks and he needs to get the rhythm. Don't think he said anything else. Well, he spoke about Saliba and things, but we went over that, people. Romano gives worrying update on special Arsenal players amid contract fears. Let's see exactly what was said. Romano has revealed that contract talks are not advanced between Granit Xhaka and Arsenal, despite reports, people. There has been rumours he would sign a 2/3 year extension. He is told caught offside. Talks are not advanced between Xhaka and Arsenal for the moment, despite reports suggesting otherwise. Deals for Bukayo Saka and William Saliba are said to take precedent, with Granit Xhaka's contract situation having taken a back seat. Apparently, he's next on the list, people, and it will take some time, really. So we'll have to see exactly what is being said there. Can we click this hyperlink? Oh, it's behind a paywall. This is baffling. Forget all of that then. Forget all of that. What's this? Giroud could return to the Premier League with 4 clubs interested in the Frenchman. I don't think Arsenal's one of them. I don't know if you lot would take him. People, let me know. But this report has stated that he wants to move back to London and he's drawing interest from West Ham, Fulham, Crystal Palace and Brentford, people. He's got a wealth of experience. He's won a wealth of stuff. Well, Man United considering a shock move for the former Arsenal and Chelsea striker Olivier Giroud. Not too sure that's the case, people. Chuba Akpom's been in great form in the Championship. No surprise he's being targeted by Premier League clubs. Whether he's able to replicate 13 goals in 19 Championship appearances this term, I don't know. Michael Carrick, the former Man United midfielder, is also doing quite well as a manager now. Ian Wright says one Arsenal player has really struggled since Gabriel Jesus' injury. I think there's some substance to this, people. Arsenal are straining every sinew. I don't know what that means. Yes, we have Jesus coming back, which will then hopefully fire up Martinelli even more, because our left-hand side has missed Jesus. He would interchange with Martinelli. He would get inside and we would get a little bit more going on our left-hand side. And I think Trossard and Martinelli linked up quite well, as shown with the goal where Martinelli's on his bike before Gabriel's pass has even met Trossard. And once that comes back, maybe we could start scoring more goals again and getting those goals and chances that we need to score, just to give us a little bit more breathing space in the game. Because I don't think from now in City are going to relent, which is true, man. That City will drop more points, so will we, but I can't really see it. Apparently, we're linked with Paqueta. West Ham despair as Arsenal ramp up interest in big talent who joined West Ham last summer. I mean, we could have done it there and then. I don't think we will, people. But according to reports from Spain, Arsenal are believed to be very interested in making a move for Paqueta. We know we've got admiration in the player, but it's not really a skill set we necessarily need. You can play as an 8, but you know, you'd probably play him as a 10 in an Arsenal team. And you've obviously got Martin Odegaard, and he can play out wide. You've obviously got Martin Odegaard, Trossard, Smith Rowe, Zinchenko, Vieira, probably missing out a bunch of other players as well, people. Really. So I'm not too sure with that, but we've been linked with Paqueta. I don't think that makes sense. They paid 51 million. He's got a contract until 2027. If West Ham get relegated, then of course a lot of people could be sold, but it is what it is. Arsenal are hopeful of good news on the injury front. We've just spoken about Partey. Once again, where Jesus is concerned, apparently Arteta did not provide an update on Jesus during Tuesday's press conference amid reports that the striker finally has a return date. An initial 3-month time frame was reported after his injury. Apparently, Arteta said he's progressing well. He's doing more and more on the field. The knee's not reacting, so it's really positive. We want him back as quick as possible, but also respecting the time scale that the doctors and specialists are giving us. There's some reported people that Jesus could be back just before the international break. So read into that what you want. Apparently, Mikel Arteta was quite annoyed with Nuno Tavares. Arteta often annoyed with Arsenal man's behaviour. That's why he allowed Summer deal on top of him just being crap. Okay, fair enough. Allegedly, people, it wasn't great to put it bluntly, and a lot of that had to do with this is in relation to his terrible performance against Paris Saint-Germain. Where is the comment? Arteta and his staff were often annoyed with his behaviour, and that's why they agreed to let him go to Marseille. However, Arsenal did so without an option to buy, as they didn't want to include one, perhaps knowing a good season abroad could change him. Yeah, change him from 8 million to 16 or so and keep it moving, bring in an ex-left back. He's not the truth. I want to be wrong, but he's not good. Apparently, Bukayo Saka signing a new contract would be a game changer at the Emirates Stadium, according to Dean Jones. Specifically, what have you said? I think a contract extension for him would be a game changer for Arsenal because it would deter those top clubs that have been keeping an eye on him. It also showcases to other top players that Arsenal is one of the best places to be right now. That's great, but not quite the headline. Arteta's pushed about Tierney sell talk. He has said, when asked about the lack of game time for players, I don't know. I'm not thinking about it. I'm thinking about what's best for the team. And obviously the players with the right to play minutes, which they all deserve. We're going to try and do that in the next couple of weeks. Fair enough. Arteta wants us to be more unpredictable. He has said the fact we have options now that we have players coming back from injury is going to be crucial because players cannot maintain the same level for 10 months. It is just impossible. We need to change and be more unpredictable, and we have those options now. Fair enough, Gaffer. I hear that. Arsenal target ready for big move as attractive 17 million star makes admission about transfer desire. This is in relation to Jesper Limstrong. Apparently, yeah, it doesn't really say anything else, really, though, apart from the fact that we know we're linked with him. What has he said himself, though? Nothing. So we've been linked with Limstrong. Arsenal are monitoring Raheem Sterling's situation at Chelsea, with Mikel Arteta interested in a reunion as club prepares for return to Champions League football. Arsenal are reportedly contemplating a move for Raheem Sterling in the summer. As we know, Chelsea are expected to let players go. Mikel Arteta has worked with him before. Used Tavares as a left winger. Nah, G. Nah. I hear you, but nah, G. Nah. Arsenal are reportedly keeping an eye on Chelsea winger Raheem Sterling. Once again, people, apparently 90 Minute have claimed he's on the radar. I mean, for his wages, for the fact that he's just joined Chelsea, I don't think this is a factor. I don't think Chelsea are going to let him go. He's believed to be content at Chelsea, but the Blues will no doubt have to let some players go at the end of the season after their recent big spending. He just signed for 50 million and he's probably on big wages. So what wages is he going to want? What are Chelsea trying to recoup? He would stay in London. He is a player Mikel has known about, and worked with before, but that boat seems to have left us. Celta Vigo starlet Gabri Veiga, the under-21 Spanish international, is drawing a lot of plaudits. The 20-year-old is being looked at by Man United, Arsenal, Barcelona, and Real Madrid. He's quite decent. We've known this before. We're set to battle it out with Man United to sign in people. He's been a shining light so far this season. Fabrizio Romano said it's not one that will happen anytime soon. But according to Spanish outlet AS, both clubs have expressed an interest in Veiga, who Celta fans have labelled a revelation after his performances this year. The report also states that the Liga outfit are hopeful of netting a club record fee for the attacker. Their current record is 18.5 million, so we'll have to see, people, really and truly. But if we could do some shopping, why not, people? Tierney is the target by Premier League rivals. I swear it was only Newcastle. Fair enough, though. Tierney, do what makes you happy, bro. Let's start closing some of these tabs. The candy for the English League, 40 million euros release clause Veiga has, people. So that's behind the payroll, but that says it all there. Arsenal are plotting 2 sensational signings to bolster their attack ahead of a push for the Champions League next season. Liverpool hope to tempt Inter Milan. Just sticking to this, people. What has it said? According to Calcio Mercato, the name at the top of Eddie's wish list is Nico Williams. Alongside his brother, the brothers have become mainstays of Atletico Bilbao in recent seasons. Fair enough. Arsenal want to add L.Martinez, allegedly, people. as it says there. Phil Brown allegedly has told Football.London Arsenal have been interested in Lautaro for a long time. Whether they've actually ever made a firm bid, I'm not sure. But certainly there's been talk of one, and I think he's a player they'd be willing to pay quite a lot of money for. He's rated at 70 million quid, 80 million euros. If we're going to buy anyone from Inter, I don't know why we're linked with Lautaro and Dumfries. Bring Barella. We need a centre mid. What's going on there? Don't let Liverpool have a free hit at him, really. We've been linked with Vlahovic once again. Arsenal reportedly contemplating a move to sign Juventus striker Vlahovic in the summer, with Spurs also interested. According to Calcio Mercato, the Gunners are seriously thinking about moving for the Serbian international, with Vlahovic expected to leave Juventus at the end of this season. And he's been linked with Chelsea, Man United, and also Real Madrid, as well as Spurs. He has a £91 million asking price. I personally think because of the way your agents acted, it's over there, really. We've been linked with Manuel Solomon, who's come off the bench in a couple of games for Fulham and done quite well. Arsenal and Spurs have been name dropped there, as you lot can see. We've also been linked with Lautaro Martinez once again, as you can see, people. Edu and Arteta now annoyed over £80 million start at the Emirates. Arsenal will still be frustrated they couldn't secure the signature of Mudryk. I mean, we can be, but let's just learn the lessons. Count our blessings for how he's playing and learn the lessons, really and truly. They still have some annoyance over the Mudryk situation. They'll be frustrated that he didn't end up with them because they know his abilities and how high his ceiling could be. Hopefully, he never reaches his full potential. Arsenal, I don't know what this report is, but Arsenal could sign 3 PSG stars with owners looking to slash bloated £645 million wage bill. Sergio Ramos, yeah, right. Icardi, yeah, right. Renato Sanchez, best out of the three, really, from considering everything. But yeah, right. Arsenal make £35 million offer for 96 grand a week player. He's willing to join. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal have made an offer for 40 million euros, in brackets 35 million, for Lazio midfielder Sergi Milinkovic-Savic. Should we see the bulk of this rumor? Let's just see it here. Where is Arsenal? Where is Arsenal? Where is Arsenal's name? Premier League clubs have most of it. It is the Premier League clubs that have manifested the most concrete intentions for now. His agent Kesman has collected offers of around 40 million euros from Arsenal, Newcastle, and West Ham. And after 1 year after the deadline, it seems reasonable to assume that all assaults that arrive in the summer will settle on that figure. Therefore, another fiery summer is expected on the market. But Lazio are also hoping for an equally hot spring on the field, thanks to the shots that Milinkovic-Savic absolutely wants to find again. Google Translate not helping us, but yeah, he's willing to make the move to the Gunners in the summer window, people. He wants to leave Lazio and is ready to make the switch. Apparently, he didn't fancy a move to Arsenal in the summer. And that's a bit like Sterling. Fair enough, we're in the Champions League, allegedly, on course to be, and we're more attractive. But you didn't want to entertain us in the summer like Sterling and like Vlahovic in January. I just get the vibe, and rightly so. We're on a this thing. Forget about all of that, people, if I'm honest with you. So we'll have to see how this develops, people. Really, if Arsenal want him, why not? Apparently, Gunners have made an offer, and the player himself being open to a move to the North London club suggests that things are happening behind the scenes. The 96 grand a week salary midfielder is at the top of his game at the moment and would be able to make an immediate impact at Arsenal. He would. He'd be welcome, but forget all of that now. To wrap up the transfer news, let's see what Goal.com has said for us, people. Once again, Arsenal are looking at Raheem Sterling as we prepare for Champions League football. We've allegedly joined the race to sign Lautaro Martinez. We have submitted a £40 million offer for Sergi Milinkovic-Savic. I don't believe it when I see it. We're interested in Lucas Paqueta. We all know Newcastle United are interested in Tierney. We've just spoken about Gabri Veiga of Celta Vigo, the young midfielder drawing plaudits from everybody. We've joined the race with Liverpool for Nico Williams. Tavares is going to return in the summer and probably be sold. Saka is set to sign a new contract extension, a long-term one. Ivan Fresnadar has been placed at 30 million euros. We've been linked with Ansu Fati. Xavi has no intention of letting the man go. We're keeping tabs on Højlund of Atalanta. Multiple Premier League clubs as well as Serie A clubs are interested in Balogun. AC Milan, Napoli, Inter, and Lazio of Italy. We're leading the race to bring in Tielemans. It's going to take a 200 grand a week contract for Declan Rice to sign. City are rivaling us for Declan Rice. We're scouting Wahi. Several Premier League clubs, in addition to what we just said about the Italian clubs, are interested in him, interested in Balogun. So let's see how that develops. But with that, it seems like that seems to be the only transfer news, people. So draw into that what you want. The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. What else are you lot saying, folks? I don't quite believe that, but I'll leave it to you lot. Arsenal coming back into the Champions League is like when Chip came back into Grime and beefed every rapper in the sea. Chipmunk hype. Arsenal turning into a club that players can't say no to. Have to back it up with Champions League success next season. Fair enough. Tavares left wing. He ain't getting ahead of Smith around Trossard, and to be honest, is a poor option. All he has is pace and sometimes a decent shot. I think we need an extra player up front to help. I hear that. Big up DG, still not played anyone, still not getting the respect. Top of the league with Jesus and Partey fit again. Maybe time for the Indonos to give us our flowers. I hear you. Forget them, man. If they don't rate us or if they rate us, who cares, man? Let's keep doing what we're doing. Martinelli scored in the last 2 games. Mudryk looks like a Chelsea Walcott. Respect Walcott. Any part of Premier League 100 club. Mudryk's got a lot to do to get there. Do you think Moussa Diaby could be effective in a possession-based team? Given we inquired about him after Mudryk fell through and we still need a right winger, it's possible that we explore him in the summer. Yeah, but I don't think we'll go for him. The deluded first person that comes to mind would be Saliba. He's well